Hi, I'm Rocky Kraft, the principal of Letcher Elementary, and this is Stephanie Nichols. She's a special education teacher. And this is Donna Mason over here, and she's reading to a chief instructor. At Letcher Elementary, they've been a school that needs improvement for a couple of years, and so when we got there, we kind of did some discussion and looked at some analysis, and we came up with specific immediate corrective feedback through journaling would be what would help us the most. And when we looked at the writing scores, we looked and we were above the state at 40.9, but we were below the other schools in Letcher County. And so what we decided to do is target journal writing. And we know that if students write, then what happens, it takes whatever they learn in whatever subject matter to a new level. And so we decided we would go ahead and do that and have students journal in every single class. Are these timed? Okay, so our problem of practice was our teachers do not provide specific immediate corrective feedback. Now, they were providing feedback during the instruction, but not with writing. And so with the writing, what would happen is we were able to take, and even if it was a live scoring, they would just simply ask something and say, now you write it down in your own thoughts, put your thoughts in words, and the teachers would go by and would grade that. As a result, our students are not making significant academic improvements. This is inhibiting us from reaching proficiency. All staff will develop and use tools aimed at specific immediate corrective feedback in order to effectively use data so that students will perform at proficiency or higher. And so we decided if they would begin writing in every class every day and the teachers would go back and give feedback, we would see more improvements. Okay, next slide. Our theory of action, basically what we did is we decided that we would take the resources at hand, and the teachers, through PD and through the supplies they had and through trainings, they would start practicing different journaling techniques. As a principal, we would go through with the PLC meetings and we would provide the trainings needed. The central office would supply extensions of the finances, and then the community have been awesome because the community have been able to supply all kinds of folks coming in with instruction and reading and other parts such as that. And with that, we're seeing some great improvements.
And this is just some pictures, just different pictures of journaling happening at different grade levels and in different subject areas. And this bottom picture here is a higher order question from a math class. And I think maybe that top picture up there, anyway, the kids are journaling. That was a writing to explain. But this is just some examples of it taking place. And we're just being very meticulous about making sure that this is taking place daily. Next slide, please. And this is a kindergarten journal, and you know, it shows growth over time. The top image, that was from August. It's hard to see the date. And he's just kind of labeled his picture with just some words. And then the next one is from October, and yeah, no, this one's October. This one, yes, it's February. I can't remember now exactly what it said, but anyway, he's at a complete sentence here, and then here in February, it's the setting of the story. It was in the woods, so it shows that complete understanding of the task, the prompt, and you can see his growth as a writer. Now, here's the video, but I don't know if it will play, and this one is from March, and you can see his rich vocabulary. It's whales. I don't know if I can say it, but anyway, he's talking about whales, something, and he uses words like ocean. Whales sleep in the water. Whales eat krill. But anyway, you can see how his vocabulary has increased. Next slide, please. You can go to the next one. And this is Steph.
And this is the same student. What we do in our district is we do the MAP testing 3 times a year. And this report kind of shows his reading scores throughout all 3 benchmark tests. And you can see he was already kind of where he needed to be as far as a kindergarten student. But even our top students, they're going far beyond what we expected with journaling. Because as of right now, if you can look in the spring of 2019, he is already almost above grade level for a first grader. And he's only in kindergarten. So even our top students are going way farther than what we had expected. Next one, please. Thank you. And this is from a 5th grade on-demand writing class. And you can see with specific feedback how with this has done wonders. When we done one of our first writing pieces at the beginning of the year, they scored a 2. But you can see all the marks and the margins and things of all the feedback as the teachers are walking around the room giving feedback right then, immediately. As we done a second one, they scored a 3, and you can see a lot less feedback on there. And the third piece here on the to your right is already at a 4 with just that feedback. So they've made leaps and bounds from kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade. Next slide, please.
And one of the things that we're doing with our ACT funds is we're purchasing journals, and we can add pages to them. In our primary journals, we've just got just some general things, subtraction tables, addition tables. We've got a sheet in there where we can bridge that communication with the parents about their test, any of their testing scores, map, whatever, even classroom assessments. But we also have a page included in here to where there's an opportunity for them to write every day. It may be, something in particular that, that's up to the teacher. But anyway, that's something. And we know we're still going to have some kinks to work out, but we're all going to be very consistent in using these. And so we've already placed our order for next year, right? Yeah. And but this is just some sample pages that's in our primary journals, and they're all going to be expected to keep up with those. But like I said, we'll have some kinks to work out and hopefully some solutions for that next year.
And then we tweaked our journals for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade because we knew that they were going to be should look a little different depending on what they were going to be responsible for. So with the first one, we have some for behavior, so we can correspond back and forth to parents about their behavior as well as their grades. So students are going to be responsible for writing their grades for tests or activities or anything like that in there. So parents don't wait till the end of the 9 weeks and say, well, my child's failing. Well, they should know all along how their child's doing. And then there's also a page in there for their spelling words or for them to do their journaling at the end of every class to reflect on their learning for the day. And does anybody have any questions or comments?
One other thing I was going to show is when you were talking about the books that you made, one of our teachers, would you hold that paper just a second? The kids, they also made some of their books as well. And so by speaking positively about writing and incorporating it, and then letting them make a project or a product that they could show their parents or whatever else, they took even more buy-in to it. So we firmly believe that journaling is helping us increase. And the kids starting in kindergarten, the students, we believe by the time that they get up to the 5th grade, it's just going to be commonplace for them. Does anyone have any questions or comments? All right, thank you all.